Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is December, which feels so weird to say, but it is time to start filming some of my wrap-up videos. Whenever the end of the year rolls around, I like to kind of take a look back at all of the makeup products I purchased, everything that I tried, and do some ranking videos, share the best products, the worst products of the year. So I will have some of those coming your way over the next few weeks, but today I wanted to focus on my top 10 Sephora purchases of 2021. I've been filming this video for a few years, and I think it's really interesting, especially when it comes to Sephora, to take a look back and see which products I ended up using so much this year and I fell in love with, and which ones didn't work for me. So if you want to see products I regret buying from Sephora this year, let me know, but today I thought I would focus on the positive. These are some high-end makeup products that I have loved so much in 2021 that I think are totally worth checking out. Some of them are actually a little bit more affordable for high-end makeup products too, but I'll link everything that I talk about in the description box below. I also wanted to mention that I saw on Instagram that from December 3rd through December 12th, Sephora is offering a 20% off coupon to everyone. I don't think I've actually seen them do this in the past. It's kind of like the Sephora VIB sale, but everyone gets 20% off regardless of your VIB status. So even if you're just a VIB insider or you haven't joined, if you join, you can use the coupon. I think the coupon is Gift Easy, but I'll put that information in the description box below. I do believe that it is a one-time use coupon. You can either use it in store or online, but if you're planning on doing any gift shopping or there's something that you really want that you missed out on during the last sale, you can get 20% off, which I think is a great deal. So I just wanted to mention that since this video is going up while that will be happening. So this year I tried a new foundation, and I do feel like I'm not someone who typically falls in love with new foundations very easily, but I did fall in love with this one. This one is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. So I have the shade LG6, which I think is just a little bit too dark for me during the winter time. I might repurchase it in a lighter shade, and then I can always mix them together or have two options. I feel like it's so hard to find like one foundation shade that is your go-to shade all year long. But at this point, I know that I love it enough that I will use the other one. This is such a good foundation that I feel like a lot of people would really enjoy. It's a very thin, liquidy formula, but it blends out on the skin so nicely. It provides just the right amount of coverage. It's not a light coverage foundation. It's not a super full coverage foundation. It kind of falls in the middle, but you can totally sheer it out or build it up, which is nice. It does give your skin a little bit of a dewy finish, so I like to set mine with powder, but I just like it. I think it looks good on my skin. It wears well throughout the day. I think if you have normal or dry skin, you'll really love this. And if you have oily skin, you'll like it. You just might have to blot once or twice throughout the day like I do, but I just like the coverage. Sometimes it's nice to have something that's not super full coverage, but still kind of evens out your skin tone, maybe covers a little bit of redness, but it feels really good on the skin and wears well throughout the day. And the packaging is so nice. It comes in this gorgeous glass bottle, but I think it's like $23. I've tried a couple of their products this year, but another one that made my top 10 purchases is the LYS No Limits Matte Bronzer. I have the shade Motivate, which is the lightest shade. I've talked about this a lot on my channel in like different recommendations videos, but it's so nice. I don't typically fall in love with a lot of matte bronzers. They can either look dry or patchy, or they don't blend out well, or they look very dull on the skin. I have a hard time with bronzers in general. I feel like it is so hard for me to find like my go-to ideal formulas, but I really enjoy this one. I think this one is nice because it has a lot of pigment, so you can definitely build it up, which in the summer when I have a little bit of a tan, it's nice because I can use this, but I can also use a light hand for more of a sheer application, you know, during the winter time as well. A lot of the time I'll throw this in the crease and just place any shadow all over the eyes, and that works really well too. And I just think the quality is nice. I meant to grab one of the LYS cream blushes during the Sephora VIB sale, and I just completely forgot. I think I was like adding products to my cart, taking some out, and I accidentally took it out. But maybe I'll grab it with this upcoming coupon because the LYS beauty products I've tried have been so good. I've been really impressed by them. I just grabbed a highlighter during the Sephora VIB sale, and I've been enjoying that too. But the foundation and the bronzer are definite must-haves. Another brand at Sephora that I really loved this year was Tower 28. What's nice about Tower 28 and LYS Beauty is that their products are a little bit more affordable compared to a lot of the high-end brands you typically find at Sephora. Now, Tower 28 doesn't have a ton of products available. I would love to see them release even more. They did just release that tinted sunscreen, which I did pick up. I haven't had the chance to try it yet. I just haven't really gone anywhere. We have a newborn at home, so I've mainly been in my house. And when I do, apply sunscreen and go somewhere, I've just been reaching for my regular one. But I am planning on trying that. In the meantime, there are two other products that I just loved this year. So this year, I think was the year that I kind of got into cream blush. I never liked cream blush. I never thought that I would enjoy it. But there are some cream blush formulas that are really good. I feel like every brand released a new cream blush this year. So I did try the Power Hour, or no, these are the BeachPlease. They have a long name. They are the BeachPlease Lip and Cheek Cream Blushes. They retail for $20. I have two shades. So I have Magic Hour, which is like a lighter, softer, rosy pink on me. And then also Power Hour, which is a little bit deeper. I actually got Power Hour in a set alongside of... what else was in this set? Was it a lip gloss? I want to say I got it in a set with a lip gloss, but I can't remember now because that was a long time ago. But this formula is nice because it stays in place so well. So if you are looking for a cream blush that's really long lasting, especially on oily skin, this is a nice option. It definitely gives your cheeks like a really pretty, glowy, dewy finish. They say you can also use this on the lips, on the eyes. When I do use it on the eyes, it creases on me. It's a cream product, but I do like taking a little bit on the lips as well because I just feel like it gives you that really pretty monochromatic look. I'm just really impressed by the quality of these blushes. You can build them up to be super pigmented, really dramatic, or sheer them out. The shade Magic Hour has kind of been my go-to because it's more of a like lighter, softer color on my skin tone, but Power Hour is so gorgeous if you want a dramatic blush or you want something a little bit deeper. So I've been enjoying these a lot. I also love the Tower 28 ShineOn lip jellies. I think I've mentioned these in like half my videos this year, but I'm just so impressed by the quality. They're $14. They are the perfect lip gloss lip oil hybrid. They are not sticky. They're super glossy. They just feel really luxurious on the lips. They kind of hug your lips and they give you just this beautiful, soft, glossy sheen. I really like them because they're sheer, so you can wear them on their own or on top of a deeper lipstick. I got a set last year during the holidays, I think like the end of December, and I still wear those. There was like a purple one, a red one, and they just add like the perfect hint of color without being too intense. I'm just impressed by the quality of these. I find myself reaching for these all the time. There are a few different lip gloss formulas that I love. I love Tower 28, I love Fenty, Buxom, some other drugstore options, but these are just like my perfect, everyday, comfortable, glossy, lip oil lip gloss hybrid. They're just good. They really are. So I was hoping Tower 28 would release like a set with a couple of different minis this holiday season like they did last year, but they did a set with like a clear and then also a warm nude with shimmer in it, which I think is still available. So if it is, I'll link it below. That way you get the chance to try out two shades for a discounted price. Another lip gloss formula that I purchased this year that I love is this one from Fenty. Now the Fenty gloss bombs are my favorite, and I love that they've been doing a couple of different formulas. So now they have the gloss bomb creams, the originals, and also the gloss bomb heats. So I have two. I have Hot Cherry, which is the first one they came out with. It's this gorgeous, like sheer, clear, glossy red. It's like a very, very subtle red though. I wore this one so much in the summertime. I just thought that it was so beautiful. And then I just purchased Hot Chocolate Heat, which is what I'm wearing today. I've already used such a good amount of this because I wear it all the time. I typically just wear it over a lip liner that's kind of close to my lip color. And it's the perfect sheer chocolatey lip gloss. It's so pretty on the lips, and when you wear it on its own, it just kind of gives your lips like the most beautiful glossy sheen without adding too much color. But I also love wearing it over lip liner. I just think it looks so pretty. They do have like a little bit of that tingly effect, so I do notice that you have that plumping effect. It's very subtle, it's not over the top, but I really like these. The original ones have shimmer, which I love, but there's something about like a not a clear gloss. What's it called when it doesn't have shimmer in it? Is there a specific name? I don't know why I'm blanking on this. Just a good gloss without shimmer. That's kind of been my go-to lately. These, the Tower 28 ones, I just think they're really nice. Okay, let's talk eyeshadow palettes. So I kind of cheated in the eyeshadow palette category. To be honest, when I was going through my Sephora purchases, there weren't 10 standout products to me if I didn't include these two. Now, one of them I would have purchased from Sephora, but it was sold out, so I just purchased directly from the brand's website, which I'll talk about in a second. And then the other one I actually got in the mail as PR, but I I didn't realize, like when I was pulling the products out, I thought I bought it because I was planning on buying it. If I ever lose this or it breaks, I will repurchase it with my own money because it's so good. I've been so surprised by Urban Decay's Naked Wild West. Honestly, I like the Naked palettes. I really do. I love Naked Honey, which I have back there. I also love Naked Ultraviolet. The newest one, Naked Cyber, hasn't really been my favorite, but Naked Wild West is so good. I think it actually topped Naked Honey, and this is now my favorite Naked palette. I have just gotten so much use out of this. I think they released it back in January or February, and a lot of people just weren't into it, but I think it's the perfect Naked palette. You get cool tones and warm tones. You mainly get neutral shadows, but you get 2 pops of green that I think really enhance the look, especially when you wear them on the lower lash line. I think they are so complementary to really any neutral look that you do on top, whether it's very gold or very silver. And I end up using this Naked palette so much more than I did any other Naked palette, with maybe the exception of Naked Honey because I do love that one. But this really is such a good quality palette too. If you watched my Naked Cyber review, I didn't give that one a very good review. I felt like the quality just wasn't there. This one is very consistent in terms of quality. It performs so well, and I just love it. I really do. It was on sale for Black Friday. I don't know if it's still on sale on Urban Decay's website. If it is, I'll link it below. But it really is one of my favorite palettes this year. I haven't done my palette ranking for 2021 yet, so I don't know where these palettes are going to land, but they're really good, so they're going to be up near the top. I do know that. The other palette that I wanted to mention, like I said, I purchased this from the brand's website, but I would have purchased it from Sephora if it didn't sell out so quickly. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eyeshadow Palette. So when I originally bought this, I thought it was good, but after time has gone by and I've kind of looked back on the year, this is one of the palettes that I've reached for so much. And it looks like a basic neutral eyeshadow palette. But I think that's why I've used it so much, because it just comes in handy no matter what type of look I'm going for. And if you look at this palette, it looks used. Like, I've made a good dent in a lot of the shadows. And honestly, when I don't want to put a lot of thought into my eyeshadow and I just want like a good neutral look, whether it's a little bit softer or a little bit more smoky, this palette comes in handy. The shadow quality is good. I wouldn't say it is significantly better than a lot of the other palettes in my collection, but there's just something about this one. It has all of my staple neutral colors, and I just feel like the shimmers go really well with the mattes. There are 2 creams. I don't know, I like it. And when I initially bought it, I wasn't the biggest fan of the 2 cream shadows. I wished that they had replaced that with 2 additional powder shadows. But I've actually been using them a good amount lately, and I do feel like they just kind of create like the perfect, slightly tacky base for the shimmer shadows to adhere to. And when you apply them underneath the shimmers, everything is just enhanced. It's brighter, it's a little bit more intense, and I really enjoy it. I think $68 is a lot for an eyeshadow palette. There are so many great options out there these days. You don't have to spend that much to get good quality. But if you're someone who wears neutrals every single day and you just want a palette that flows really nicely, then this is a good option. The shimmers are pretty intense on the eyes. Some of them almost have like a more like foiled metallic finish. So if that's not what you go for, you might want to skip over it. But if you do like a really pretty shimmers, really blendable mattes, I think you'll enjoy this. Of course, I have to mention the Natasha Denona Retro palette. This is like my dream palette that I didn't know I needed. And when I initially saw the photos of this, I was so drawn to it. It has been such a long time since a brand released a palette that I felt like I had to have. A lot of the time I'll kind of be like scrolling on Instagram, I'll see a palette, I'll think it's pretty, I might want to try it. But I will say my obsession with eyeshadow palettes has kind of gone down a little bit over the past few years. I just have a lot of palettes, and honestly, a lot of the time when a brand releases a palette, it's very similar to what I already own. It doesn't necessarily mean I won't ever buy another eyeshadow palette, but it does kind of take a little bit more for a brand to release something that's super eye-catching for me. Natasha Denona definitely did it with this palette. This is such a gorgeous palette. I have used this so much. And before this one, the bronze palette was like my #1 Natasha Denona palette, but I do think the retro palette has topped that. I think I've used this even more than bronze, and I've had bronze for a while, for maybe like a year and a half at this point. I use the retro palette every chance that I get. It is so pretty on the eyes. I love pinks, I love berries, so this really is just like the prettiest palette to me. I think the formula is really nice. It does have a lot of those cream to powder shadows, but I think they look really good on the eyes. As I get older, I just notice I deal with a little bit more texture on my eyes. Eyeshadow doesn't always look as smooth as it used to, which is fine, but I do feel like Natasha Denona's shadows always end up looking so smooth and so seamless on the eyes, and it really is such a good option. Another one of my top purchases this year is the Kosas concealer. So I originally purchased this in a different shade, but I used it up completely, so I ended up repurchasing it. And I feel like it takes me a long time to go through complexion products like foundations and concealers, but the reason I went through this so quickly is because I ended up falling in love with it as a spot concealer. I originally bought it as an under eye concealer because it kind of claims to brighten the under eyes. I think it also has like under eye benefits. If I remember right, I feel like it kind of claims to be like an eye cream or have eye cream benefits as well. But for me, I didn't love it under my eyes. It's been a while since I've tried it under the eyes, so maybe I need to do that again. But I started using it as a spot concealer and I loved it because it is so blendable, so smooth. So it didn't look heavy under foundation, but it just kind of allowed me to cover any areas that I wanted to cover. Like if I was dealing with a lot of redness or breakout or acne scarring, I could use a little bit of this, and then in turn, I would use less foundation. It's just such a smooth, blendable formula. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I didn't like it under the eyes. So I think I'm going to have to try that again because I love it. I really do reach for this pretty much every single time I wear makeup and I am spot concealing. These days, sometimes I'll skip spot concealing. My skin is cleared up a lot and sometimes I just don't want to take the extra step, but I used this so much in 2021. The last product I want to share with you guys is something that I just love. I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. I know that I just used it because I can smell the watermelon. It is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Moisturizer. I've been using it on my hands. My hands have been so dry, and I love using it as a body moisturizer. It's so thick and luxurious. It provides long-lasting hydration. Like I will put this on in the morning after I take a shower, and at night as I'm like getting ready for bed, I can still feel that my skin is so hydrated and I can still smell the watermelon. This past year I just loved everything watermelon scented. I wanted watermelon scented lip products and body lotions and candles, and now that winter is right around the corner, I'm kind of over the watermelon scent. I wish they would release it in like a berry scent, and I think they just released a product not too long ago that either has like a plum scent or a berry scent. So if they came out with that lotion in a berry scent, that would be amazing. I don't know if it would have the same benefits because I know the watermelon line has a lot of benefits because of the watermelon juice and things like that, but that body lotion is the best. I use it all the time. It was definitely one of my top purchases. I'm glad I bought it because in the past, that's probably not something I would have splurged on. It wasn't too expensive. It was $28. I think I got it on sale during like a Sephora VIB sale, but a little bit goes a long way because it is such a thick, heavy moisturizer. It keeps your skin feeling so good all day long. So I'm definitely glad I bought that one. Okay, guys, that is everything I wanted to share with you in today's video, my top 10 Sephora purchases of the year. I will definitely do an Ulta version of this video, and if you want to see my Sephora regrets from 2021, let me know because I definitely have some of those as well. I would love to know if you guys discovered any fun brands or products at Sephora this year. Let me know in the comment section below. But otherwise, I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye.